If you keep chickens in your backyard, there's one skill that will save your birds more than any supplement, any coop upgrade, or any breed choice you ever make. And it has nothing to do with experience. It has to do with knowing what to look for before it's too late. Stay with me for the next few minutes. By the end of this video, you will know the 5 warning signs that every backyard flock owner needs to recognize. And one of them, sign number 4, is the one most people see and completely misread. I'll explain exactly why when we get there. Here's what makes chickens so difficult to protect. They are biologically wired to hide illness. Chickens are prey animals. In the wild, a bird that shows weakness becomes a target, not just from predators, but from within the flock itself. So over thousands of years, they evolved to mask pain, fatigue, and infection for as long as their bodies will allow. According to guidelines published by the Association of Avian Veterinarians, this instinct is so strong that by the time a chicken displays obvious symptoms of illness, the condition has often been progressing for several days. What you see on the surface is almost always a late signal, not an early one. That means the only way to protect your flock is to learn the early signals, the subtle ones, the ones that most people walk past every single day without recognizing them for what they are. These are the 5 you need to know. Chickens do not voluntarily isolate. That is the first thing you need to internalize. These are highly social animals whose survival instinct is tied directly to flock proximity. Research published in Applied Animal Behavior Science confirms that domestic chickens actively maintain spatial cohesion with flock members throughout the day. They forage together, dust bathe together, and move together as a unit. When a chicken separates herself, stands still in a corner, and holds her feathers puffed away from her body, she is telling you something is wrong. The puffed feathers are not random. They are a thermoregulation response. Her body temperature is dysregulated, and she is trying to trap heat. In a healthy bird, you only see this behavior in cold weather. When you see it on a warm day, it means her internal systems are under stress. This is a combination that should stop you in your tracks. Isolation, stillness, and puffed feathers together. Any one of them alone might have an innocent explanation. All 3 together means separate that bird immediately and begin checking her body. The comb is one of the most reliable health indicators on a chicken's body, and most flock owners never use it. A healthy, well-circulating bird has a comb that is firm, upright, and a vivid red. That color is a direct reflection of blood oxygen and circulation. According to poultry health resources published by the American Association of Avian Veterinarians, a pale or white comb is a significant clinical warning sign. It can indicate anemia, often caused by an active mite infestation draining blood, or internal hemorrhage, or a heavy internal parasitic load overwhelming the bird's system. A comb that is shifted toward dark purple or blue is even more urgent. That color change points to circulatory failure or severe respiratory compromise, and it requires same-day attention. Get in the habit of scanning combs every morning when you open the coop. It takes 5 seconds per bird, and it is the kind of observation that catches problems at stage 1 instead of stage 4. Subscribe to this channel if you want to keep learning how to read your flock. We post every single day for backyard chicken keepers, and there's a lot more coming this week. This is one of the most important signs on this list, and it is almost completely invisible to new flock owners because it requires you to know what normal feels like first. The crop is the muscular pouch at the base of your chicken's neck, on the front of her chest. Its job is to store and soften food before passing it into the digestive system. After a full day of foraging, a full crop is completely normal. It will feel round and firm. But by morning, before she eats again, that crop should be soft and nearly empty. The food should have moved through overnight. If you check her at sunrise and the crop is still hard and large, she likely has an impacted crop. Food has compacted and stopped moving. If the crop is large and soft but has a sour smell coming from her beak, that is a different condition called sour crop, which research on avian digestive health describes as a fungal overgrowth in the crop itself that causes the walls to swell and constrict. Both conditions will cause her to stop eating, lose weight rapidly, and deteriorate fast without intervention. Neither condition is visible from a distance. You have to touch the bird. Make crop palpation part of your morning routine, even if it takes just 30 seconds per bird. This is a sign I mentioned at the beginning, the one that most flock owners misread. And here's why. When people see something unusual in chicken droppings, they often assume it is a dietary variation and move on. Chickens produce a wide range of normal dropping types, including cecal droppings that are dark and unusually textured, and that variety leads owners to dismiss things they should not dismiss. Bright red blood in the stool is not a dietary variation. It is an emergency. The most common cause is coccidiosis, a parasitic intestinal disease caused by Eimeria protozoa that destroy the lining of the intestinal tract. According to research published in Avian Pathology, coccidiosis is one of the leading causes of mortality in backyard poultry flocks worldwide, and its progression from first symptoms to death in an untreated bird can be rapid, particularly in younger birds under 6 months old. A bird with coccidiosis will also show a pale comb, lethargy, and the hunched posture from sign 1. But sometimes the bloody dropping comes first, before anything else appears. That is why you check droppings. If you see blood even once, separate that bird and treat the entire flock the same day. Do not wait for confirmation. The cost of treatment is nothing compared to the cost of waiting. A healthy chicken breathes silently. You should hear nothing when you stand near. The moment you hear a raspy, wet, or clicking sound in a bird's breathing, something is wrong with the respiratory system. The most common cause in backyard flocks is Mycoplasma gallisepticum, commonly called MG, a bacterial respiratory infection that the American Association of Avian Veterinarians identifies as one of the most widespread diseases in domestic poultry. MG spreads through direct contact and shared air. A bird with MG will show watery or foamy discharge around the eyes, mucus near the nostrils, and that characteristic wet rasping when she breathes. MG will not necessarily kill a healthy adult bird, but it will compromise her immune system, reduce egg production significantly, and spread through your entire coop within days if you do not act. Isolate any bird showing respiratory symptoms immediately. Do not introduce new birds to a flock showing these signs. And if multiple birds begin showing symptoms at the same time, contact an avian veterinarian. What looks like MG can in some cases be Newcastle disease or infectious bronchitis, both of which require different treatment protocols. Earlier I told you that sign number 4 is the one most people misread. Now you understand why. It is not that owners fail to see blood in the droppings, it is that they see something unusual and explain it away. Because chickens produce such varied droppings, that unusual has come to feel normal. That assumption costs birds their lives every year. The same instinct that makes you say, "It's probably nothing," is the exact instinct that chickens have spent thousands of years exploiting. They evolved to look fine. Your job is to look closer. None of these 5 signs require a veterinary degree to recognize. They require attention, a consistent morning routine, knowing what full looks like, what empty looks like, what red looks like, what silence sounds like, so that when something shifts, you notice. The flock owners who lose the fewest birds are not the ones with the most expensive setups. They're the ones who show up every morning and actually look. If this video helped you, subscribe. We post every single day for backyard flock owners just like you. And watch the video right here next. It covers exactly what to do in the first hour after you spot a sick bird. I'll see you there.